Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, my name is Carolyn. This is going to be part 3 of trying out new to me makeup that was decluttered to me from my friend Amy. If you missed part 1 or 2 and you're interested in seeing them, I will have them linked in the description box. In this video, I will be continuing to try out the new to me products from Amy. So if that sounds interesting to you, then just keep on watching. Okay, I'm gonna start with clipping my hair back. For foundation today, I'm going to use the Oma by Sharon C Flawless IRL Skin Perfecting Foundation. You can get this from Walmart. This is in the shade Fair Lady. I'm just gonna pump some on the back of my hand. Don't know how much to use. This is how much I pumped out. Hopefully that's a good amount. I know the Catrice one that I used last time was super full coverage and so this would have been way too much, but this one seems to be more liquidy than that one. Anyway, we'll go see. I'm going to be using my BK Beauty 105 brush, and I'm just going to put it on directly into the brush. I really like this brush for quick foundation application. It just spreads it out really fast. So I think that was a good amount of foundation that I pumped out. For concealer, I'm going to be using the Flower Beauty Light Illusion Full Coverage Concealer. This is the shade something porcelain. It's in super tiny letters, so can't really see, but I see the word porcelain. And with this one, a little goes a long way, so 1 dot is all I use. And that concealer was something that Amy decluttered to me last time she decluttered makeup to me. Yeah, see, a little bit goes a long way. I'm just going to set my under eyes real quick. If you've been on my channel before, you know I like to layer my cream products, like cream blush and cream bronzer, with powder products because it just makes it last all day. So I will be doing that with my bronzer today, but for my blush I'm going to be using this NARS in the shade Torrid, and I just want to see what color it, like, see it on its own. So I won't be using cream blush, but I will be using cream bronzer. And for my cream bronzer, I'll just be mixing these 2 shades from the Danessa Myricks Groundwork palette. This is very cool toned, this is very warm toned, and together they make a good bronzer shade. So I just apply it with this Real Techniques, it says crease brush, but I always use it for this step, or concealer. I used to use it for concealer, but I just apply it like that, and then I will blend it out with a different brush. And this is the BK Beauty 106 brush. It's supposed to be a foundation brush, but I don't personally like it as a foundation brush. I prefer it for blending out my cream bronzer or applying cream blush, but for me it is not dense enough to be a foundation brush. That's just me personally. Some people love it as a foundation brush. I realize I very rarely use brushes for what they're intended for. I shouldn't say very rarely. I guess it's like half and half. Okay, I'm just gonna set my face with the setting powder. Okay, this time for bronzer, I'm going to be using the Ofra palette again, and I'll use this shade, and like I'll mix these two. This is the one bronzer from this palette that I have yet to use, so this is what I'll be using today. And I'm using the BK Beauty 111 brush. This is the dense bronzer brush, which I usually do use for powder bronzers. So I have used it for blush as well. I think that's a good shade. I like that. I don't know if I really like the fact that it's a blush and bronzer in one pan, but I guess like the blush could be used as kind of a bronzer, and the bronzer can be used as a shimmery bronzer. I would have, because of the pan size, I would have trouble like getting into one specific shade with my brushes. Okay, I'm going to try out this NARS Mini Blush in Torrid, which I'm really excited about because this is my first time trying a NARS blush. And I know they're known for their blushes and found it in face products, like foundation and stuff, but I've tried their bronzer, also Decluttered to Me from Amy last time, and it is nice. Her bronzer is nice. This blush is really pretty. I'm curious to see how well it wears without without a cream blush underneath, because for me, like if I just use powder or cream, my blush is gone at the end of the day, like within a couple hours. It just doesn't last on me. It might be more than a couple hours, but I just know at night it's completely gone. But these are supposed to be long wearing blushes, so we'll see. I am curious, but this is really pretty. It is applying really nicely. It's blending out easy. There's no patchiness or anything. Now, highlighter, I'm going to be using the Ofra Rodeo Drive. This is a really popular highlighter from them, and the bronzer that I use from this palette is the California Dream Triangle. So far, I've really liked every product, like every bronzer and the highlighter. I've only used the Beverly Hills highlighter, this one, but so far I've liked the bronzers and the highlighter that I tried from this palette. I know Ofra is really well known for their highlighters, and the Rodeo Drive is one of their best sellers, so I'm excited to try it. And this brush is my favorite brush I have for highlighter. This is the setting brush from Real Techniques. That is a really pretty highlighter. Okay, I like that. Yeah, that's nice. Okay, I'm going to do my eyebrows next. Oh, I'm going to add some lip balm. I forgot to do this before I usually put lip balm on before I get started. This is the NARS, I don't know the shade. It's so tiny, but this was decluttered also from Amy. And it looks dark in the tube, but it's really just a lip balm. It's a nice lip balm, so. Now I'm going to be doing my eyebrows using the AVH Brow Pomade. This is in the shade Chocolate. I used to always like start with my eyes, and lately I've been doing my base first. There are some formulas that I get a lot of fallout from, but when I use eyeshadows that I know I won't get like fallout from, I prefer to do my base first. I'm going to use the NYX Stick It brow mascara. It also acts as a brow gel, and it just kind of holds my eyebrows in place. After I use up my current brow products, my current brow gels, I'm going to get a clear brow gel. This was decluttered to me from Deb B here on YouTube a while ago. A lot of my makeup was decluttered to me from friends, so that's really cool. So I'm gonna do my eye primer now, and lately, you know, I've been using this shade from the Danessa Myricks palette, and then setting that with this shade, and it's been working so well. So I'm gonna do that today. I think I'm just gonna continue doing this until I run out the shade. And I just like to apply it with my Nicola Rose BK Beauty and 16 brush. And then I set it with this brush. I don't know where it came from, what brand it is, but it's really old. I've had it for a long time. But it works really well for setting my eyeshadow primer. And I've been finding that if I don't set my eyeshadow primer, I get more creasing, so I've been setting it. For eyeshadow, I'm going to be using the Natasha Denona Ayana palette. So this was decluttered to me from Amy, but it's not new. I've had it before. And that one was decluttered to me from Deb as well. When I moved, I decluttered it to a friend, or to my sister-in-law, and I really missed it when we were traveling across country. This is a really good travel palette, and I ended up using my What's Up Beauty Desert Monsoon palette. That was the palette that I brought with me for traveling, and at the time I was using eyeshadow in my brows. I'm gonna go in with this shade here, my crease, but at the time I was using powder products for my eyeshadows, and I would use this shade in the front and then this shade in the back, and this part, and it just worked out really well for me. And I definitely missed it when I was traveling, so I was really happy to get this palette again from Amy. Because it is nice to have a couple travel palettes, or at least one, but now I have two that will be good for travel. The other one is this Busy Art quad that was given to me from Chris from the Bedazzled Buddhist. So those are my two palettes that are really good for traveling. I'll be taking traveling whenever I travel. I hardly travel these days, but it is nice to have good palettes for traveling. And this one, the Natasha Denona Ayana palette, was a BoxyCharm exclusive, I believe. And I don't know if it's available to buy new, but I do know that it's all over Poshmark and Mercari. When we moved, I decluttered as much makeup as I could. I only kept the palettes that I wanted to keep for collector's reasons, or that were my favorite palettes. And I ended up taking with me like just the right amount of makeup because it barely fit into my bags dedicated to makeup, and I took it with me in the car instead of like on the reused moving boxes, like U boxes, or yeah, these boxes like pods that we loaded up and shipped to where we live now. So I didn't want to pack up my makeup and ship it like in the heat, and also I didn't want anything to get broken or anything like that. So I packed it and took it with me in the car, and we have a coupe, so 2-door small car, so I could only fit so much makeup, and we had other things that we needed to take besides makeup. Because we were traveling across the country and we were traveling with our dogs, and our car was packed. Okay, I'm going to use my NYX glitter primer. I use this for every shimmer that I use. And I'm going to use this shade on the end. Just pack that all over my lid. But these shadows are really good quality. But yeah, I decluttered makeup that I wouldn't otherwise declutter if I wasn't moving across the country. I'm just going to lightly go over my crease just to kind of blend it in a little bit better. Make it look a little bit more seamless. I'm going to use this dark brown gel liner from ColourPop in the shade Call Me. They unfortunately don't make these anymore, but it's just a gel liner, and I'm just applying that to my lash line. tight line with this NYX Vivid Rich eyeliner. That's the black shade. Mascara, I'm going to layer the L'Oreal Telescopic with the Maybelline Colossal. I always like to layer my mascara for some reason. I just find like one doesn't do everything that I want it to, generally. I'm going to use the Benefit Highbrow in my inner corners. Also decluttered to me from Amy last time. I just tap it out with my fingers. And then I'm going to smudge a little bit on my lower lash line. I'm going to use this and then blend it out with this shade. Okay, I'm going to use the NYX lip liner in Nude Beige. I'm going to use the NARS Velvet Matte Lip Pencil in Good Times. I like that. It's a pretty color. I think I'm going to use a lip gloss as well. This is from ColourPop. It's called Flying Horses. Okay. And this is the finished look. So I had been planning on this being my last get ready with me that was dedicated to trying out new makeup, but I really want to try out this NARS face palette. This is the Overlust palette, and I know you can't get this anymore, but I do really want to try it, and then I'll go back to using more Project Pan items. And I think I do want to do just one more of these get ready with me videos dedicated to trying out the new makeup. So I'm going to try that next time, and then I'll be trying out the Purely's Ageless Glow Serum BB Cream as well. So yeah, part 4 will be the last one of these, and then I will go back to just regular get ready with me videos. So anyway, I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Please consider subscribing if you haven't already, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.